Fox SA first to bring you the exclusive interview with 3 San Antonio police officers recently acquitting in the shooting death of Melissa Perez.
The mother of the 4 was killed in her apartment while experiencing a mental health crisis in 2023. Tonight, our investigative reporter Yami Virgen continues her sit-down with the trio. Here's more of her exclusive interview, including the message they have for the chief of police.
It's the first time former officers Alfredo Flores and Eleazar Alejandro, each charged with murder, and Nathaniel Villalobos with aggravated assault, are able to speak out. This after all 3 were acquitted on Monday. Do you think policy and training were followed that night?
We were trained to do things the way that we're supposed to do them, and that night I was completely oblivious to the fact that if we did anything wrong, because I didn't feel like we did anything wrong. And you know, having your whole world turned upside down like that it was a rough one to get through, but we made it through, and thankfully we had a lot of support along the way.
For myself, absolutely. We followed everything according to policy. There is no doubt in my mind. Myself, along with 12 other officers, 2 other supervisors, you get almost this sixth sense when you're out there. If you're going to leave a scene with so much going on, what supervisors on the scene making a decision to leave, and then all these things just fall apart.
Policy was followed that night. It's clear cut. It's very black and white. Policy was 100% followed that night.
A former sergeant, Flores, says the training at SAPD is lacking one key factor that could have helped them to prepare for that night.
So all of our firearms training is everything stationary, a standing target. And so I remember trying to stress from before the shooting, I think we need some of that training throughout the academy.
But they say policy on paper is not the same as leadership in action. They believe the department rushed to judgment before any full investigation was conducted, something all 3 believe their attorneys proved during the trial.
I think Nico said it pretty clearly during trial. Do what's right, not what's easy. And that carries a lot of weight. You know, you have people in positions who have a lot of authority, a lot of power. You know, the upper echelon, the administration, they have a lot of power and authority when it comes to training and making decisions that affect individual officers and their families. And they chose to do what was easy, which...
And I say this respectfully to the command staff, is have faith in your officers. Whatever you teach them, you're teaching them what they need to do to go home. I went home that night. I'm glad I got to go home that night. And not be afraid to stand by your officers. When you teach them so many hours of T-Cole, tactics, everything else, and they go out there and do the job that you showed them how to do, have confidence in them.
Do you want to go back to SAPD?
That's a tough question. With the right circumstances, as far as being able to do my job, be trusted to do my job, absolutely. I love serving my community.
Do you want to go back to SAPD?
Being 2 days after the acquittal, it hasn't even crossed my mind.
Do you want to go back to San Antonio Police Department?
I'm going to say this as respectfully as I possibly can. Absolutely not.
The former sergeant says his message for the administration at PD and the city is to see what changes need to be made.
The only thing I'm asking is leadership out there in the department, do what they have to do to make sure that this kind of thing doesn't happen to our future generation of police officers. We don't deserve this.
Anything you want to say to Chief McManus?
Just the leadership.
All 3 insist they followed SAPD training and policy, and the jury's verdict reflects that. They hope their case pushes leadership to make changes. Yami Virgen, Fox SA.